one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west till the death till they bury me.
Matter of fact, let me give you another curse. Give me 28. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 16. Oh no, not 28. 28 and 68. Know what I'm saying? Let's get more specific with the curse the Lord was talking about. 68? Alright, read that.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now say the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. Now if you know anything about the scriptures, at this point they're out of Egypt. And Moses is talking to the children of Israel. He is giving them the rules, giving them the law, giving them what the Lord say. So it say that if you don't listen to these words, then these curses shall come upon you. Now the first one right here we finna talk about is, read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into Egypt what?
Again.
Into Egypt again. Meaning he's going to, what were we in Egypt? You familiar with have you ever seen the Ten Commandments movie?
Slaves.
Well, right, we were slaves in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? You familiar with the Hebrew slaves? Have you ever heard somebody say, man, they working me like a Hebrew slave? You heard that before, right? Well, that's what they're talking about, because we were slaves in Egypt. And Pharaoh had to let us go. Well, Moses with the Pharaoh told him let us go. Now he's saying that I'm going to bring you back into Egypt. Meaning back into that house of bondage. Keep reading.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With ships. Now let me ask you a question, brother. Who ever went into slavery on ships? Huh? Africans? It wasn't Africans though, because he ain't talking to no Africans. Israelites went into slavery on ships. Our people went into slavery on ships. Did you know the Mexicans went to slavery too on ships? They don't teach us that. You know why? Because they teach us that us and Mexicans are different people. When I was growing up, we fought Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? In my school, it was us against them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was blacks on brown. And that kept us docile. That kept us dumb. Because I'm thinking like, man, y'all didn't go through what we go through. Y'all got a country. It's called Mexico. Them y'all, you got a home. We ain't got a home. Come to find out, the Mexicans went to slavery before we did.
Right.
Did you know that? The Mexicans went to slavery in the late 1400s, early 1500s. When Christopher Columbus came all the way over to the islands of Puerto Rico, right? Know what I'm saying? And took 1,100 Taino Indians, the native people of Puerto Rico, and put them on a ship and took them back to Spain. Out of 1,100 slaves, guess how many people made the voyage? 300. So 800 people died on the way back to Spain to be servants. When the Spaniards saw that, it said, man, y'all round up 1,100, but only 300 made it. What you think they said? Right, that's exactly what they said. Oh well, that's a profit. You know why? Because they didn't pay for these people. They kidnapped these people. When Christopher Columbus came over there, you know what these people did to him? They greeted him. They greeted him, they gave him food, they helped him out, that was nice, they tried to show him around, you know what I'm saying? And you know what he said, being a white man? Because a white man has no compassion. When he saw how nice these people were, he wrote back to Spain and said, I can conquer these people, all you gotta do is send me 50 men. You send me 50 people, and we're gonna conquer 1,100 people. That's what the white man does. He sees the odds, and he plays the odds in his favor. That's what he do. So they went into slavery well before we did. You know what I'm saying? But going back to what the scriptures say. The scriptures say I'm going to bring you into Egypt again with ships. Egypt is just another word for bondage. When you look up the etymology of Egypt, the word is Mizraim, meaning bondage. It's a Greek word. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord's saying I'm going to send you into bondage again with ships. That's why when you look at your money, you see a pyramid on it. Don't you see that? Because this is spiritual Egypt. When you look at Washington, they got the Washington Monument. That phallus, that's spiritual Egypt.
That's right.
The white man he loves Egypt. You know why he loved Egypt? Because Egypt was great. Egypt today still is great, and you ain't see no Egyptians. They are fascinated with Egypt. You know why Egypt was great? Because they had us in slavery. That's why America became great, because they had us in slavery. You know what I'm saying? So keep reading.
By the way where I spake thereof, thou shalt see it no more again.
This land where I'm giving you these words, you're not gonna see it again. That's why we don't. That's why you thought we was Africans. You know what I'm saying? You seen Black Panther yet? You seen when T'Challa at the end when he said, "Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors"? Do you know who he was talking about? He was talking about us, the ones who said, "I would rather jump and die than to be in bondage." See, in the movie, they try to make it seem like T'Challa and Killmonger were the same people. But and I know you're a smart man. I know you was really peeping this. Every time Killmonger came on the scene, what kind of music they played? Hip-hop. Every time T'Challa came on the scene, you heard the Congos. You know why? Because they're telling you we're not the same. You know what I'm saying? We are not the same. Africans and Israelites are two totally different people. That's right. At the beginning of that movie, when he was telling her, when he was asking where that artifact came from, and she was saying, "Oh, this came from Ghana." He was like, "No, that came from Wakanda." Every tribe that she named that those artifacts came from sold slaves. Did you know that? See, when y'all watch Black Panther, we thinking we watching a superhero movie, like The Dark Knight, like The Avengers. They ain't do that. Why when you watch Black Panther, it's so many subtle hints showing you that we're not the same people. And to show you that when he came in and T'Challa knew who he was. He knew that this was his uncle's son. But when they asked who he was, what did he say? "Get him out of here." Because he knew that that man had a right to fight for the throne, remember? So when he came back and fought him for the throne, what did he do? He threw him over. So technically Killmonger did win. But when he won, did those Africans honor that? Why? They still look at him as an outsider. You know why? Because we are outsiders. That movie was telling you that the black man and the African is two totally different people. That movie is telling you that you have a Michael Jordan and a Hakeem Olajuwon. It's telling you that you got a LeBron James and a Dikembe Mutombo. That's why when Dikembe Mutombo, Olajuwon, all those Akon, when they get their money, what do they take it? They say they gave back to their communities. So those communities over here? No, they do that over there. Olajuwon built a hospital in Africa. You don't think niggas need hospitals in Third Ward? Right. Akon took his money and gave a whole village lights in Africa. Don't you think it's niggas in Sunnyside who ain't got no lights? That's right. Oprah went to Africa and built a school. Don't you think we could use some schools out here? They had that closing, I was down. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So everything they're doing, they're taking their resources from here and taking it over there. Okay, that's fine. You want to do that? Cool. Go help them over there. Flint, Michigan still doesn't have water. When has Akon went to Flint? When has Olajuwon went to Flint? When has Dikembe Mutombo went to Flint? When is Oprah going to Flint? When the hell is anybody gonna go to Flint and help these people who ain't had water for 3 damn years? That's right. They ain't had water for 3 years. Right. But we want to go to Africa. We're gonna take our resources to Africa. You know who oppressing people in Africa? Other Africans. Right. You know who oppressing us over here? The white man. That's right. You know what I'm saying? It's a totally different thing. Over here, this is an act of war. Over there, it's a civil war. Now you can fight, you your brother? Y'all can fight in your house all y'all want to. I can walk by your house and see that y'all fighting, be like, ooh, he whooping his ass. Ooh, that boy got some hands. But when I walk by the house and see you whooping my brother's ass, that's a different thing, right? Because this my brother. So when it's silver, thank you, sir. When it's a civil war, they can do that. Africans are oppressing Africans. It's sad. Well, do your thing. They ain't got nothing. I got people over here I'm worried about. But when you start doing it to my people, man, it's a problem. That's right. So what we come out here to do, we come out try to find the people who gonna stand up and say it. Who gonna stand up and say that the white man is the devil that this Bible speaks of. That's right. So they like to tell you that the devil is a red man living under the ground with a pitchfork, poking people forever. Right. You know why they was telling them that? Because if you believed in that, you were a good slave. You didn't fight back. Because that means when you died, you went to a better place. Now, if they teaching you that, right, this is my problem with Christianity. If they teaching that the slaves, if they be good, they go to heaven. If they be bad, they go to hell. Did they ever say what happens to the slave owners, though? Well, I ain't ever hear nobody ever say the slave owners going to hell. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that means everybody going to heaven. So I'm going to be in heaven with the slave owners who had my people in chains. I'd rather stay in hell than to serve a heaven with white people. I would rather stay destroyed. Because there's nothing that was formed by a white man that'll ever help a black man. And if I'm lying, please prove it. Because this thing right here, this is the home of the truth. Right. The home of facts. Right. Not the home of fiction of opinion. So if we wrong, anybody can come out here and tell us we wrong. But you know why they don't tell us that? Because we right. All day long, people tell us, hey man, we see y'all boys. We see y'all doing y'all thing. We see y'all like, man, we see y'all. Yeah, y'all see us and y'all gonna continue to see us. Because this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to come out to the people and tell the people to change their lives. You know what I'm saying? To separate from all these other nations that's playing a hand in our destruction. Now let's get back to it. What is the solution? We didn't talk about what the problems were. We didn't talk about what's gonna happen if you don't listen to the Lord. So what are the solutions? Give me 1 John 2 and 15. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into some of these solutions. We already see the problem. You see we on drugs. You see we living in the hood. You see we have the poorest education. Matter of fact, think about this. We were conquered by these white people. They didn't even want us in their schools. Now we have our own schools where we learn their history. 20 years from now, you know what they're gonna say? That the slaves were indentured servants. Right. That's what they're gonna say. They already saying that we migrated to America. We didn't migrate to no goddamn America. You know who migrated over here? White people migrated over here. How did we get over here? We were forced over here on cargo slave ships, like goddamn property.
Praises to the Most High. I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaican, mistreated, and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Kwam Yasha Allah, sons of the power. Rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Wanna be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you approve and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim, homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms, never getting treatment. Something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long that it ain't a secret. That's why I die for them.